Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and I want to share with you today what I consider to be the most affordable world timer watch that possibly ever existed in analog format. Forget digitals. It is the Orient Sightseer, a watch that was unfortunately discontinued a long time ago. It's got to be over a decade ago, maybe even more than that. And I recently picked one up just for the sole purpose of doing this video. My own wrist. I am wearing, well, an Islander world timer. This is the new Calabro that came out. I popped it on a white silicone rubber strap. And on my other wrist is the Spinnaker 50 Phantoms collab in blue. But let's see. Man, this is really cool. You got to see this. Say hello to the Orient Sightseer. The Sightseer, again, discontinued for a long time, but wait till you see how they did the world time on this. It is ingenious and has given me ideas for future watches, actually. But the Sightseer came in three varieties. It was this black, this is CEY04001B. There was a Panda, CEY04002B, and yes, I'm doing this from memory. And an all-white CEY04001W from what I recall. And I want to say retails were around $550. Street prices around 400 or so. I did not have any of these remaining I checked all my bins, nothing. So I actually went online to find one, and on the Watch Exchange on Reddit, I found someone selling one. He happened to be in San Francisco, and this was about a week or so before wind up, and I said, hey, I'm gonna be there. If you'll stop by the show, I'm happy to buy it from you, and sure enough, it was delivered. So this is the Sightseer. I'll go over the watch real quick, but then I'm gonna show you how the world time function works. It is a 43 millimeter diameter watch. That's kind of like from the indent here to here. So it is not a small watch, but it's not obnoxiously large. 12.4 thick to a flat sapphire crystal. Imagine that Orient was putting sapphire on their watches over a decade ago, on some of their watches. 47.7 on the lug tip to lug tip. I mentioned the sapphire crystal, 100 meters of water resistance. It actually does have a screw down time crown. The world time ring, though, is not screwed down. It weighs 190 grams. This is a 22 millimeter bracelet. And it runs on Orient's own, this is even the better part, it runs on their own in-house 46H51 movement. So let's get a better look at the watch here. You see the dial is really well done. The sub-dials, you have some patterning, almost like a guilloche to the dial. It's pressed, but it gives that awesome appearance. So you have main time hands here. It's 8:25. Being an older Orient, it does not hand wind, so you have to shake it to get it moving. Unscrew the crown. Pull it out 2 clicks, and you can change the time. Don't worry about what that other ring is doing. We'll talk about that in a second. Power reserve meter up here, 40 hours of power reserve. And then I understand why they put it there, but the date indicator, I can't see these anymore. I mean, I don't understand how you're supposed to even look at that and figure out the date, but the date indicator was there and running seconds down here. So how does it run on world time? Well, let's set it right now. It is 11:40 according to my watch. 11:40 a.m. So let's see, we were in a.m. So let's go to 11:40 and set the watch. So the watch is running, the second hand is going. We're not going to worry about the date because it's not like a Traveler's GMT where it takes care of the date. The idea of a world time watch is that you look at the world time ring and you look at the hours, and if it's, let me just line it up, if it's 1800 hours in Dubai, it's 1900 in Karachi, it's 2 a.m. in Auckland, and that's how you read it. But a lot of watches, like the Calabro, shameless plug, you rotate the bezel to match up with the inner ring, but it's only good for that point in time for you to read off all the times around the globe. Handy, sure, but in an hour, this will be off by an hour. This will not. So let's say that is our time, right? So let's rotate this ring, and once we have it set, we are set. We theoretically never have to touch this again. I would have rather this been a screw down crown because you never have to touch it unless you change the time on the watch. So as time marches on, so let's just watch, let's pick, I gotta pick New York, right? So New York is down here. It isn't, well, I guess I didn't do a good job, right? Because it is 9 a.m. in New York. I'm gonna rotate the cities, I'm sorry. In New York, it's gotta be 11:40. Okay, there we go. Now we're set, okay? So I'm in New York, it's 11:40, and my world time ring says, man, it is small for me, guys. I do need glasses. But it looks like it's almost at the New York tip is, yeah, almost at 12. So great. So we're going to just pretend it's 2 hours later. So we're going to go to 11:40, 12:40, and there's 1:40. So 2 hours have elapsed in that magical time we just spent together. What time is it in New York, according to this? Whoa, it is 13:40, still 1:40, which means all of the other cities around have kept their world time. In Cairo, it is near, what is that going to be, 9 o'clock p.m. Rome, it's almost 8 o'clock p.m. Of course, daylight savings time and such, if they follow and don't follow, is not held for this, but hey, what do you want for, whatever the street price was of $350, $400? And so really quick about the operation, as you can see, it is necessary that as time goes forwards, the movement, the hours ring goes backwards to stay in tune with the cities. So right now, 2400 in Cairo, an hour later, it's gonna be 2400 in Rome. An hour later, it's going to be, I guess, 00, 2400 hours or 00 hours in London, etc., etc. So cool. As I said in the intro, it's given me some ideas for maybe some watch iterations based off the NH34. My gears literally and quite figuratively are turning. But that's it. I wanted to share this watch with you. You still can find them online for sale, used. If you want a great world timer, highly recommend picking this one up. This has been Mark from LongOnWatch.com showing you the now defunct, discontinued Orient Sightseer. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you have not done so. Questions, comments, your world timer votes, put them down below. Happy to read them. I'll address it as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.